If you're heading to Chiang Mai as a digital nomad, or you're simply wanting to take a longer family vacation, you're probably going to need an apartment. We've been there, we've done that, and we'll show you guys exactly how to find the perfect family-friendly apartment in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai in Thailand is a hotspot for expats and digital nomads alike, simply because the cost of living is really low and the food is amazing and it's convenient. Like, you never have to cook. You just go onto the street and you buy a $2 meal and you're set. Like $10 at the most will set you up for the entire day in terms of food. Plus, there's lots to see and do, and not just within Chiang Mai, also the neighboring regions. Make sure you check out our video on Chiang Rai that features the famous White Temple right above here. It's only a 3-hour day trip from Chiang Mai, and it's one of the best things to see in that region. Alright, here's how to tackle your first few days in Chiang Mai. So what you probably want to do is book yourself a hotel or a hostel or a cheap apartment for the first couple of nights, just because you probably don't want to go on the hunt the first day you arrive. And the second thing you need to do is to go get yourself a ride. We got ourselves a scooter to get around to visit all the apartments in the area, simply because we didn't want to walk around in the heat, because walking around in Thai heat trying to look for apartments is not fun. But if you're not keen on a scooter, you can always get a Grab car, which is like the Uber equivalent over there in Southeast Asia, and you can try and negotiate a deal with the driver for a few hours to take you around for a few hours, or a day even. But if you are interested in hiring a scooter, we hired ours at this place called Mango Scooter Rentals. They're really trustworthy and reliable, and they've got some banging reviews on Google and TripAdvisor. I'll link them below if you guys are keen on checking them out. Our scooter costs 2,300 baht for the month, which is I think around $80 for the month, plus 1,000 baht deposit, which you get back when you return the scooter. They have a really wide selection of helmets, so they even had kids' helmets available, which was really handy because obviously we needed helmets for our kids. Taxi! Hurry up! Yep, been waiting for ages. Bad review, taking too long. Dropped our helmets too. And that's pretty much what we did. We got the scooter, we had a temporary place to stay, and we zoomed off and went apartment hunting, and we found an apartment within a day, literally. One thing to keep in mind is that if you do decide to rent a scooter, you probably might want to consider getting an international driver's license, simply because if the police stop you and you don't have an international driver's license, you're gonna get fined, like I did. I'm really no good role model. The trick is to not pay the fine on the spot. Just tell them that you don't have any money on you, because they'll send you to the station where you pay a 200 baht fine, and that is the official amount of the fine, because if you try and pay them on the spot, they'll demand like 500 or 1,000 baht. So don't get tricked into that. We did a little bit of research on Chiang Mai, or the areas to stay in Chiang Mai beforehand, and we concluded that Niman was the best area to stay for us as a family, simply because it's a really sort of up and coming hip area in Chiang Mai, and it's not as crazy busy as Old Town, where most of the tourists are. So the place where we stayed mainly consisted of locals, expats and digital nomads really, as well as a really large new shopping centre called Maya, which was really close to our apartment, and they had everything there from food courts, all the shops that you could possibly need, a kids play centre, so they had that too, and it was just really convenient. It was a really convenient spot to stay, and there's heaps of apartment options in the Niman area, and there's heaps more being built as well. Most of the places that you'll come across if you're traveling solo, or if you're traveling with, a couple, are studio apartments, and they are the cheapest ones that you'll come across. You can find studio apartments for as low as even 12,000 baht a month, but because we obviously are traveling as a family of 4. We needed at least a 1-bedroom apartment and family-friendly facilities. So the price range kind of just, for us, it had to go up a little bit. So if you're looking at 1-bedroom to 2-bedroom apartments, you're probably looking at a price tag of around 20,000 baht and 30,000 baht, which equates to around 600 to 900 US dollars for the month, which is still pretty reasonable, right? I mean, obviously the more you pay, the more luxurious the apartment will be. We've seen some real nice apartments, which we really wanted to stay in, but that was way out of our budget. And of course, you'll get better facilities and, you know, a location that's closer to the center of Numan where it's all happening. But as always, you need to think about what you need for an apartment. So for us, the most important things were washing machines to wash the copious amounts of kids' clothes and a bathtub to obviously bathe the kids in. So we had those 2 requirements, which made the price tag go up a little bit more. You just need to consider what you actually need and then sort of work out the price around that. But most importantly, negotiate the price. So if you found the perfect apartment, they're stating a particular price on the paper, there's always room for improvement. I think it's probably the Asian in me. I just love a good haggle. Just make sure that the price is not set, so the reception person can always call up and negotiate with the owner, and they're usually more than willing to drop the price a little bit, especially if you're going at a time that's not peak season or lower season. Water and electricity are measured by the meter and taken at the start before your lease begins. And at the end, you pay the amount per units used. So for example, water was 30 baht per unit for us, and electricity was 6 baht per unit. And we only realized afterwards that that is actually a little bit higher than the standard in Chiang Mai, only because I decided to Google it for whatever reason. So the standard is probably around 28 baht per unit for water and 4 baht per unit for electricity. So don't get scammed like we did. You can tell them no, that's not the norm. So yeah, make sure you do that. Do bear in mind though that if you're obviously doing a lot of work at home in your apartment in Chiang Mai, you're gonna be using a lot of aircon, and that's really gonna add up your electricity price. So think of other options like maybe investing in a fan or acclimatizing yourself, I guess. I don't know how you would do that. Maybe go to a sauna for a time period beforehand, or just get used to sweating it out. Even though I do think that we got a little bit ripped off for water, it's nothing really. So we did heaps of washing. I'm talking like almost every second day we were washing clothes because, you know, boys. Had a lot of showers and baths because you're in Thailand and sweating it up the whole time. And our water bill only came to about $6 US for the month. So that's nothing. Our electricity bill at the end of the month was $80 US, which is actually pretty high. Like, I actually think it's more expensive than in Australia. So we were using it like crazy. Internet, the most important thing. Like, how could you live without, you know? For most apartments, internet is inclusive, so you don't have to pay an extra fee or bill for it. But some apartment blocks do have shared internet. So if a lot of people are using it at once or downloading or streaming, it's gonna slow down your internet. So just the best thing to do is when you're there, try and connect to the Wi-Fi there and do a speed test. But overall though, Chiang Mai has one of the fastest internet speeds we have ever seen. I mean, it makes sense. That's why all, you know, expats and digital nomads go there. Some extra tips to make your apartment hunting smooth as a baby's bottom. If you use Google Maps, try and map out every apartment that you want to hit up on Google Maps and save it, so you kind of have like a plan of attack on where you're going to start and how to sort of attack it. All apartments will generally charge a deposit of the equivalent of 1 month's rent. It'll get returned to you at the end if your apartment is in good nick and there's no damages and things like that. So just make sure that you know, you have like a signed and written contract for that. Some of them even accept foreign currency. So we put down €500, which got returned to us at the end because we didn't really want to leave with that much baht left over. And most importantly, make sure you double check the contract and do a condition report. I mean, they won't really have a condition report, but take photos of any existing damages inside the apartment that are already there and send it to the person at the information desk or whoever is the person that, you know, that you're dealing with. And take photos just so, you know, at the end they can't fuck you over. Which they don't, you know, people in Chiang Mai are actually really nice and honest. We didn't come across any scams or anything like that, like where we have in Bangkok or in other touristy places like Phuket and Koh Samui. Like, people are really honest and genuinely nice in Chiang Mai. Oh, and the best thing is that a lot of apartments also have cleaning services for an additional fee, obviously, but it's pretty cheap. So you don't have to, you know, clean your own apartment. Who likes cleaning anyway? Otherwise, if you don't want cleaning services, or if you just want to clean your apartment a little bit but on your own, you can always go down to the front desk or the reception and request to use some of their cleaning equipment, which most of the time they're more than inclined to give you. So we were downstairs all the time just asking to borrow the vacuum cleaner because we didn't really need to do anything else really. And they have like drink delivery services, so you can order, you know, a bulk amount of water and they'll just deliver it to your door for an additional fee, of course, but it saves you from hauling around heavy ass water. And that's it, guys. That's how you find an apartment in Chiang Mai. It's really that easy. We had our hesitations at the start as well when we read about people saying that you just need to rock up in Chiang Mai and find an apartment, especially for people like us parents who are lugging around kids and heaps of stuff. You have that sort of worry in the back of your mind, but it was so easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So don't worry, just book a night or two somewhere and then find your apartment. And you can pretty much, in most cases, move in the same day. As always, guys, we would love your support for this channel if you gave this video a like because you found it useful or informative in some way, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already for more videos like these, and drop us a comment below if you have any other questions regarding how to find an apartment in Chiang Mai. And if you need any other tips and pointers, we got them all. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next vid. Laters.